Hello, Tyler here with SSA Architecture, Small Studio Associates, licensed architects in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the surrounding area, including California and Arizona. SSA has in the past designed many different medical and dental related projects. This video will aim to show some of the intricacies surrounding these types of projects. Generally speaking, the baseline for these kinds of projects starts with the typical building standards, but there is more to it from there. It is important to plan the space according to the needs of a medical or dental facility. From the get-go, both occupancies require more cleaning to maintain health standards and to prevent the spread of disease. The increase in cleaning generally results in more sinks being placed around the layout of the building. The increased amount of sinks allows for professionals using the facility to maintain cleanliness around patients. Another common solution to improve cleanliness is using more easily washable materials around the facility. The most common example for this is that of FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic. This material is already used heavily in bathrooms for its washability, and it can be used throughout a medical or dental facility to improve the ease of cleaning as well. Keeping the location clean isn't the only major difference, however. In medical and dental practices, it is also common to find more storage around the entire work environment. This is because patients will need different equipment or medical supplies as they are attended to, meaning it is important to keep the supplies and equipment near patients. The increase in storage needs will factor into the space planning, as it is important to place cabinets and other storage devices around the space in easily accessible locations that also aren't intrusive to moving around the space. Hallways and corridors will likely be made wider to accommodate for increased storage. Each patient room will also likely be affected by this factor. While on the topic of space planning, it is important to mention more general room planning for these types of facilities. Both almost always have a waiting room and a reception area, but other needs become more complicated depending on the size and specific use of the facility. Depending on the use of a facility, it may need additional rooms. For example, a medical clinic may want a designated area for weighing, measuring, or otherwise admitting a patient into the facility. Another example of this is that dental offices commonly have a separated equipment room where they place their vacuum and compressor systems that are needed for operation. Both medical and dental facilities may also require laundry service depending on their size and exact use. The aforementioned requirements, on top of needing suitable bathrooms and a break area, generally result in the space planning phase being a hassle. This is where a preliminary design concept can help a client to get a feel for the future space. SSA Architecture offers preliminary design concept drawings as a service, and these drawings can really help to move the process along in those early stages. SSA will take into account the client's needs and what will likely be necessary for the project and draft up a floor plan that can be tweaked in iterations. Eventually, a solution for the space will be arrived upon. With the space adequately planned, the remaining portions of the process leading up to filing are generally the same, with some tweaks depending on the aforementioned needs. The mechanical portion of the plan set is generally the same unless the client opts to go with displacement ventilation. SSA has covered this before in another video, linked below, but the general idea is that air enters the space from the bottom instead of the top. Doing this results in the flow of air being much more straightforward to the return duct, which limits the spread of germs and other particulates. This also helps with the aforementioned cleanliness of the space, though it is a less common solution. Displacement ventilation requires changes to the mechanical drawings, as the duct pathing will be much different from that of a typical system, though the actual AC units themselves can remain the same. Moving on from mechanical to plumbing, this portion of the plans are majorly affected first and foremost by the additional sinks being placed throughout the facility. Beyond the additional sinks, the plans will have to take into account any other added items that need water or sewer lines. If a washing machine was added, it would need both water and sewer lines in order for it to be operational. Other items that will need denoted plumbing lines are the vacuum and compressor systems that are needed in a dental office. The vacuum and air lines needed to have their pathing shown as the lines travel throughout the facility and to the dental chairs. This is typically done on its own drawing in the plumbing section. Those changes more or less wrap up the differences in plumbing plans from a typical project. Finally comes the electrical portion of the plans. This portion of the plan set is pretty much exactly the same as standard, as it starts and ends with connecting everything to an electrical panel, including any new equipment. The only complication may be that if there are enough additional items added, a larger electrical panel may need to be installed to accommodate these changes. One thing that could be added to the electrical section beyond what has already been mentioned is that of UVC lighting that could be used to further clean the facility. UVC light can be used to kill germs, thus cleaning the air and space. This topic is also covered in the previously mentioned video. That link is in the description. With the completion of the floor plan and the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, a full plan set has been created and the project is ready to continue through the filing process the same as any other building project. Hopefully this video helped to show some of the additions that a medical or dental project adds during the planning and drafting phase. If you have an upcoming medical or dental project and are looking for more information or even a consultation, feel free to call us at 702-873-1718 and schedule a free consultation. Otherwise, you can check out our website's frequently asked questions page over at smallstudioassociates.com. As always, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.